All right, what's up, you sinking submarines? Welcome back to today's episode of the JOD podcast. I'm joined, of course, with the Devin, aka the Master 27, and Gabe, aka Gub Salada, who just completely airballed a crumbled up water bottle. Today, we're starting off a discussion with something that's very topical. What's happening during our recording, and that is the whole like sunken submarine situation, the whole fiasco. So how much do y'all know about the fiasco?
Not very topical for them, but for us, it's
not for y'all, but for us, it's like it's very topical. So how much do y'all know about it?
I saw a dumb skit from a guy where he was like, how the engineer of the submarine would be like, and he was like, so this submarine here, it's gonna be made of aluminium. It's like, not aluminum? He's like, nah, it's completely different, bro. Aluminium is like built different and all that. And then he was like, I got a prototype in the back. You want to see it? And he's like, all right, I'm gonna bolt the door closed, so like you can't leave once I close it. And they were like, he was like, how you gonna track me? He's like, see that? I got my phone like duct taped to the side. I got 5 iPhones on, so like if I lose it, I know where you are. Roughly.
Yeah. I saw the guy. Yeah. He was like an Asian guy with a ball cap on, right? Yeah.
Dude, the ball cap is always like not on target. It's just sitting there.
It's like how like TikTok creators would put like the towel loosely over their head to symbolize a woman.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah, except he just does that for like every character. He's like, all right, bald cap.
No matter what, it's just to identify as a different person talking.
Yeah, like because like the character don't even have to be bald. He's just like bald cap on them. Yeah. They're a different person.
Yeah, it's all it takes is just a physical appearance.
Yeah.
No, so
that's
like,
all I saw.
No shot, y'all. I mean, I guess there isn't no shot, but surely you watching this have heard about everything, way more information than we know. But as of right now, the whole thing just went down. But we can get to that later. So if you don't know about the submarine, to my knowledge, they were going to go see the wreckage of the Titanic in the Atlantic. So they took a submarine down. This guy had like a basically homemade submarine. And I'm gonna put submarines in air quotes. I'll get to it later. He had a homemade submarine, and he got a bunch of billionaires. It was 3 billionaires, 1 historian, and himself. The historian was a Titanic historian, so he was going to go see like the actual wreckage itself. But there was 3 billionaires. Do y'all know how much each seat cost?
$250,000.
250 racks. That's insane. So he made a quick mill, obviously off that.
Yeah.
So he went down there. Submarine lost contact. The controller broke to their what they're assuming based off of like intel.
Oh yeah. People were saying it was like a PS3 controller, like you didn't have the new gen stuff. You're like,
I mean, did you see the controller?
He didn't.
No, I didn't.
No, he had an actual N64 controller.
For real?
I think it was N64.
It was something like it wasn't like a Nintendo. It was like an off-brand controller.
Yeah, it was a
joke. I thought it was a joke.
So there's a video of like him. I can't remember if it was like 6 months or 3 years, someone within that range ago, where he was like making the submarine and did like a documentary on it, and he literally had a controller, like a console controller. And he's like, yeah, this is what I use to control the submarine. That's why all the memes of like, bro had stick drift and it went too far. And it's like when you're piloting $1 million submarine and all of a sudden you get stick drift and he's like punching the controller and everyone's like,
come down with the misinput.
I thought all the memes were just like, it's poorly made.
No, like he actually used a controller, like a gaming controller.
Yeah, it was some off-brand thing. Like, that's not a good picture, but it's not N60, it's not Nintendo or anything. It's like some off-brand like Xbox, PlayStation controller. Basically, bro was literally using this just about. Bro's just about using this.
PS1 controller.
Is it a PS1 controller?
No, it looks like.
No, it looks like it's not a real.
It has
controller.
the colors like how the PS1 did.
But it looks like Xbox colors though.
Right. True.
But it's like bro literally had this and was like, I got stick drift. All right, bro. GG. I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it. Look, I'm not touching it. It's going. But so they got stranded. They lost contact, so they were trying to go to where the last time the GPS in quotation marks pinged. And that's when they found what they assumed to be the wreckage of the ship.
I think it's confirmed now. I think like just now.
Is it actually confirmed? Okay, because I know they were talking about how like they would assume just based off the wreckage pattern that it was the ship or was the submarine, but they couldn't confirm it because, quite frankly, the ping happened like 24 hours before they went down there. So there was 24 hours of no contact from the last ping of the GPS. So like realistically, the submarine could have been anywhere they're just assuming that this floating debris was the submarine.
Yeah, I mean they had like a general path and like location because like I remember them saying like, oh, we heard noise in this direction because they said the guy was like making noise in like intervals. And like, oh, we know it's a person because if we would have just made like continuous noise, we would have thought it was just some random anything. But since it was like a routine interval, like, okay, we have this big location where they could be, but at least they narrowed it down. Like, okay, this is where it could be.
But I thought that got contradicted because people saying like they heard the banging noise, but then they also said they've been dead for 24 hours.
Well, that's the thing.
They're presumed dead.
Yeah, they had 24 hours of oxygen left like 2 days ago, so they died yesterday. Like if they were like lasted like, let's say like everything went well and like they had like all the oxygen, they would have died yesterday. Like yesterday's like the last day to live.
But they said that the thing imploded like 2 days ago. Oh, that's what they're saying. Like contradicts the sound thing. They're like, if it imploded, how was he making sound? They would have died already.
But
that's what I was thinking about it.
Yeah, so there's a lot of like funny stuff. Funny, not haha, but funny as like dumb.
Funny.
So do you know about the beacon?
Beacon?
So there was a well, first off, let's get into like the actual submarine. It wasn't a submarine. It was a underwater. There's another name for it, but it's not a submarine because you couldn't exactly fully like pilot it. It's basically like a reconnaissance vessel. So what it utilizes, because submarine can go by itself and then travel out, but this one has to be usually hooked up to a boat as an anchor point and utilize the boat's resources to move around and stuff. So it's like a big tube and it goes down, and it's something similar, like akin to that, but like sans the boat, you know? So it's like, really, he shouldn't have been down there with that type of vehicle. It should have been a submarine, if anything. Second, homemade, very poor construction. And he took a lot of shortcuts, as in like the beacon I was saying. So the beacon, it's like if they were to get lost, it would shoot a beacon of light up, which would help identify them. It's like, literally, it would like it beacon it, and you can like pulsate intervals and stuff like that. So it makes it easier to find. And there's that video, and he's like, yeah, so there's this beacon that I can put on there, but like, I don't need it. I'll be good. And everyone's just like, bruh.
This isn't his first voyage though, right?
No, he's been down there a couple times.
Multiple times. So like I know like we're making fun of this guy and all, but like in his like to give him credit, like he's like, yeah, I did it multiple times. Shit, I'm just him. If he made them like, I think it's like 2 or 3 journeys. Like, all right, I'm him. Like, what's another 4th journey?
Right.
And then the GPS he had, I don't remember what happened with that one, but it was just very faulty. It was like a shit GPS, and he's like, it's close enough.
No, I'm never going in the deep sea and nothing smaller than like a U.S. submarine, like marine.
I'm not going to deep sea at all.
Like
submarine,
like an actual like federal government.
Yeah, like if it ain't a federal government issued submarine, I ain't going in it. Like the ocean, something I don't mess with like that. Like, I'm not gonna go like no rowboat in the deep ocean. You see like those TikTokers down, like hell no, I'm not doing that. Yeah, all it takes is one dolphin, just be like, you're dead.
Yeah, I see people getting like these like inflatable like balls and then going on the ocean and just like going out there. I'm like, nah, they got something to it. It's crazy,
dude. Influencers are just crazy. Like they want to die a lot of times. It's anything for content. They're like, if it's content, I'm willing to risk my life for it. Like the cave divers, it's always gonna be insane.
I mean, that's why you see like always on the news like, yeah, influencer died trying to do this one prank. I'm like,
right.
They don't care. They're about it.
Dude, go to the hood. He's like, I'm gonna just tell these black people I'm about to spin the block on them and see what happens. Like, what do you think's gonna happen? Bro?
Like a war in LA.
Yeah.
Like, I broke in his man's home. He shot me. I don't know why he shot me. I was broke in his man's home. I'm like,
it was a prank, bro.
It was a prank. I'm like, bro.
Like, bro, it's literally a prank.
No, but like, yeah, the submarine thing, like, I don't know. Like, that's literally just rich people stuff. They're like, what else am I gonna spend money on? Might as well go see the Titanic.
Like, I haven't seen the Titanic yet. I might as well do it.
Like, do you really need to see that Titanic? Right? Is it really that interesting? It's just a ship that's been crashed for 100 years. Yeah, it's just gonna look like it's just gonna look like any other ship in the bottom of the ocean, but big.
Yeah, but since no one else has done it, I'm gonna do it because I have the money. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna flex. Like, I've seen Titanic.
It's just rich.
The Titanic.
That's rich people, bro.
It's rich people being rich.
Yeah. They're just like, what else am I gonna use this money on? Might as well go see the Titanic.
Yeah.
And then they go to their dinners and be like, I saw the Titanic last weekend. Wild.
No, I do love all the memes of like Titanic after a century clapping back. It's like the undefeated 5-0 reigning champ of the underwater.
Where's the 5-0 come from?
Because it's 5 people died.
Well, I see 2. That's the one.
Well, 2-0, but like 5 people died, so it's like that encounter was a 5-0. He no-diffed him.
What about the whole like all the Titanic people who died?
That's like game 1. This is game 2.
Survivors.
That's game 1. This is game 2.
Yeah, that's why it should be.
Isn't there more survivors on the Titanic crash than there were people killed?
I don't know, man. This is just the memes I saw. I just saw the memes.
I think Titanic actually has a losing record.
I see 2-0. I saw 5-0.
2-0 makes sense. Like he won the series because the ship is gone.
Yeah, he won the series, but like they're talking about specifically just the game.
Yeah,
it's just the game itself. It's a 5-0. It's a sweep.
Okay, yeah, that one. I guess. That's like, it's like the one in 100. That's like the Celtics and Lakers rivalry. That was like the Bird Magic, and this. And that reminds me because I saw a meme of this guy, and he's like the not third class, but like the poor like not slave person, like laborer on the ship, like the ghost coming back when he sees rich people, like bringing them to the depths. Oh, it's like
the classic rivalry. He's like
poor versus the rich, yeah.
The poor versus the rich. He's getting his clap back.
Which is why a lot of people are like, we're not sad about this because people, especially on Twitter, hate rich people. Absolutely despise them, no matter what. Yeah, like there's so many times where I've seen people just instantly turn on something like artists. They're like, I like this artist. They become a little bit more rich, hate them instantly. They're like, there's a take. A lot of people have it. It's like if you're a billionaire, not a good person. You just can't be
instantly.
Because it's like if you have all that money, you just shouldn't have all that money. You should be using it to better the world, basically. And I'm just like,
bro, it's their money. Like I already told me what to do with my own money. Like you can
not even that. It's just like it's not as easy as you think to just fix the world. It's not like.
Well, also people don't understand the difference between liquid assets and then like net worth. Like their net worth could be $1 billion. Doesn't mean they have $1 billion in cash in their closet right now.
They probably have like investments. Or, like,
they have a bunch of investments. They probably have a lot of land. They have companies. It's like net worth they're $1 billion, but quite frankly they're just like 100 million, which is still granted a lot of money, but that's not all liquid either.
Yeah.
But people don't understand that. They just want to like eat the rich.
Yeah, there's like fuck rich people.
Yeah. It's got to be jealousy most of the time.
Like I've literally actually seen people talk about how like if you make over $500,000 a year, every dime you make over $500,000 just gets given away. You just don't even make that. But it's like then what's the point of making money? Like starting business, taking risks.
It's because it's like the people who like know they'll never get to that point, and then they get to that point.
And they're like, wait a minute, hold up.
Let's stop.
Come on.
Taxes? Do I need to pay taxes? I don't know. I don't think I need to.
Like not to get too little, but like Joe Biden, you know what the president's annual salary is?
No.
$400,000. He passed a bill and he said, if you make over $400,000 now, then it gets taxed more. So it's like just over his threshold of what he gets paid.
Right.
And it's like campaigning. He's like, yeah, you should never be that rich. It's dumb because he's going against Donald Trump. And then he gets in there and he's like, but like 400,000 is the cutoff. Make more than me? I don't think so. And it's funny because it's not because
I feel like objectively in that situation would think the same thing for the most part. Like,
you get paid more than me? Nah, I'm the president.
What's even funnier it wasn't even like 400,000 even. The president makes like 407,200 and he's like, make over 408,000? Done. You're done. I was like, bro, what?
Taxed out the ass, bro. Let's get it.
90%. Like, woo. It's just funny.
Yeah, I don't know. I think people I don't think it would matter what people did with their money because look at Mr. Beast.
Look at Mr. Beast. Yeah.
Mr. Beast is actually doing good stuff, and people are still nah, bro.
They're
doing it for clout. It's like, dude, how he does the good stuff is because of the content. Like he has to make the content to then do.
Yeah, because the thing with Mr. Beast is it's very cyclical. Like you said, he has to do the content to do the things. He does the good things for the content, which then allows him to make more content doing good things. It's a very cyclical thing. That's how he works.
Mr. Beast has a whole channel called Mr. Beast Philanthropy, where every video he does, all the money goes straight to charity. He doesn't touch any of that money. It goes straight to the charity. All the the stuff he promotes, like the curing the blindness thing and the deaf people, it just goes straight inside. He doesn't even get that money at all. People are like, nah, still, he's not just doing all this stuff in private. He has to post about it, which is suspect. It's like if he doesn't post about it, he doesn't
get money
to do
exactly. That's how he gets the money to do this stuff.
Yeah.
Regardless, totality, it's still helping. Yeah. Like it's different between people like to use a lot of argument with other influencers. Like, oh yeah, I gave this homeless man $1,000. Yeah. It's like, who's to say they actually didn't just take the money away when they turned the camera off? Whereas he literally has a track record of not doing it.
He blinded them again. He's like, blind this kid.
And then it's funny. It's funny how people got mad at him way back when he first started, and he was giving out cars and stuff. Not first started, but when he started giving away a lot of like big ticket items. Like he was giving away cars, and he bought he bought the dealership and stuff, and they had to pay taxes on it. And it's like, well, yeah, that's how it works.
Well, not only that, he also states he gives them the option. I can either just give you the cash for this car,
or you take this car,
or you can take the car and deal with the taxes and stuff. And he's like, most of the time, people just say, "Give me the money," because people don't want to deal with it.
Well, and like people, like not people, but the people on like the Oprah Winfrey show, when they would get free stuff, they had the same complaint of like, oh yeah, she gave me a car, but then I had to pay taxes on it, and then I had to pay a car, or not a car, no, just taxes and something else for like the title or whatever. You had to pay for the title, get transferred over your name, and it's like, yeah, but you still got like a 90% off car, so why are you complaining? And people like kind of, it's just Oprah. But like Mr. Beast, for some reason, they're like, I don't think so. I don't like the fact that he did this.
Yeah.
It was just weird. Mr.
Beast is like the perfect example of just no one will never have it.
You'll never be good enough, yeah.
Yeah, there's always going to be someone who can find something to complain about with you. Which is always annoying because Mr. Beast is like one like Charlie says all the time. He's like, this is like the rich person everyone asks for, and then they still get mad about it.
Because he's rich. Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, it doesn't matter what rich people do with their money. Like they'll never be satisfied.
Exactly. Yeah. Like ideally, what they would want Mr. Beast to do is do all the good stuff he's doing, but instead of making videos of it, he makes videos about other stuff, like I don't know, Minecraft or whatever.
Like Minecraft reaction videos or something.
And then also be doing that privately and never tell anyone about it.
And if anyone tells anything, he like scrubs it from the internet. Like, no, I didn't do that. That's not me.
Or if it does come out somehow, he leaked it because he wanted people to think he's a good person. Yeah. It's like it's always it's never good confirmation bias. It's just you want rich people to be bad, so you will find anything you can to make them bad, no matter what. You just not hear the opposition, no matter what. That's just Twitter in a nutshell is confirmation bias, though, it's
an echo chamber. I mean,
which is why I'm addicted to it.
Yeah, I hate it. I love reading it,
but I love it. Yeah.
No, it's very much an echo chamber. They do whatever they can to stay in their own little worlds.
Yeah, I find it so interesting how Twitter has just like become that place where it's just like this is literally just confirmation bias central. No matter what, like it doesn't matter what area you can be on. Black Twitter, Twitter, music Twitter, like sports Twitter. It's all the same. They all have the same confirmation bias depending on what they believe in. Sports bias, like Jordan or LeBron, you have your confirmation biases right there. Music, you have your goats, and you're gonna be biased against like the artists in their competition or genres, right? Where it's like, I like country, rap music's not real music. I'm not gonna hear anything else no matter what. Like that's your belief, you're gonna stand by it regardless. Yeah. And then what else did I say? Anime. You know this, anime, where it's just like my anime is better than yours. You're not gonna tell me anything wrong. My guy's stronger than you because I said he's universal. Like it's just stuff like that.
I think
it's so interesting how it transcends just like one topic. It goes to every topic just on that website.
Yeah, I think it just goes to like how good Twitter is like finding like what you like and then just keeping you there. Like all right, surrounding you around all these other people that believe in the same things that you believe in, and just like keeping you in that group.
It's the echo chamber. It's echochamber.com. It keeps you in a group.
You like that? All right, there. You're not leaving. This is only the opinions you're ever gonna see.
Literally, like when I first got Twitter, brand new, fresh. I saw one anime tweet. Yeah, and I liked it. And then like the next day, it was just nonstop anime in my feed.
Yeah, it was instant. Like I got in the anime TikTok, Twitter
instantly. Yeah.
Well, I mean, just the way Twitter's set up, it's perfect for that. Because if you follow one person, you get to see not everything they tweet, but also the people they follow, they like. If they like something, they're gonna like a tweet from someone that they follow, and then you see that tweet because it says, "Oh, Gabe liked this tweet," and then that person's gonna show up on your feed, especially if you like it. Because if you like the tweet, then Twitter's gonna recommend you more from that guy, and then it's like cyclical. It's just gonna trickle down from there.
Yeah,
like it's rare seeing something like outside of your bubble from for Twitter.
No, it's like genuinely, it is one of the best like systems for building a For You page because it's completely accurate. Like people don't like it because it's the echo chamber thing, but that's.
It's you.
Genuinely,
it's you.
That's an accurate like depiction of the For You page. It literally goes perfectly down for what you would want your For You page to be.
Exactly.
But people like TikTok because it has the randomest aspect to it. I think it's like
sometimes to throw a curveball.
It's like a 7%. I think it says where it'll just throw you a random TikTok even if it's not like what you normally watch, just to see if you like it.
Yeah, and then it expands your For You taste or adapts it to whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of course there's a system of sending people like TikToks, which does also affect your For You page, which Twitter it doesn't. Like I can share tweets with you, it will not affect your page on Twitter.
But
TikTok it will. Yeah. Yeah. Well, honestly, only if you like it like from the actual tweet. If you like it from the DMs, it doesn't change anything.
Oh yeah, if you like the DM that you sent, Okay. That reminds me, did y'all see like back on the submarine thing real quick? Did y'all see like the 1 billionaire's stepson on Twitter? That was hilarious.
No, what did he do? I've never seen anything about it, but what did he
do? He said like thanks for all the thoughts and prayers, hoping to find them soon, all this stuff. And it was like 5 minutes later he what did he retweet? It was like some girl bouncing her ass or something. He's like, I need this on my dick right now, or something like that. It was something like very sexual. He's like, I need this right now. It's
what? That's because dad died. He can't be horny. Like,
homeboy's supposed to be blackout social media and all that.
It's just hilarious. No, it was like a 5-minute difference. He's like, thank you. We hope to find him soon. I need this on my dick right now. It's like,
I mean,
that's how he copes.
I mean, genuinely, like, what is he supposed to like? Just constantly be depressed all the time? Like, you gotta move on. You gotta get your mind out into other things.
I just thought it was hilarious.
It's like he saw his dad building his ship out of
aluminium.
Literally, he's like, all right, it's GG. It's a wrap.
He's like, all right, it is bouncing on my dick right now.
It's only a matter of time till he dies.
Yeah,
he knew.
Yeah, he knew. Yeah, he knew.
As soon as his dad trying to convince him it wasn't aluminum, it was aluminium. He was like, oh, it wraps.
I am surprised that it made it this long. Like, it took this long for, like, because I think it's like the documentary you said was like a year ago.
It's either 6 months or 3 years, somewhere within that span.
Like, this ship it's a trooper. Like, he did it. Like, he did it.
Yeah, it made it. Kinda.
Yeah, kinda. Like,
it's probably just like the wear and tear would finally got to it. Yeah. It wasn't made. It's probably not made for multiple trips. It maybe would be good for one trip, but it's just the multiple trips finally took its tear.
He did all that math, and he actually was right, but it was like for like one-time usage.
Yeah,
like,
he didn't calculate multiple times. Yeah.
The constant pressure like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was
the fact that pressure changes. It's not always the same too.
Yeah, so the metal is constantly like bending and then going backwards. Like it constantly like fluctuating.
Well, not only that, like
the pressure of the ocean.
The ocean pressure is
that's what I'm saying. Like
same.
that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. Because depending on the weather, it could just be different. Yeah. So
I did also think it was funny where it was like I saw one meme on TikTok and it was like imagine like you're gasping for air about to die and someone farts. And it's like,
your last air you take is the fart.
I also saw like the one with like film.
I saw the Family Guy one where it was like this would be like this is like everyone on the submarine right now where you know
he's
I did
in the car
for the Godfather.
Oh yeah. No, I saw one. It was it Film Gold? Was that the One Piece movie? They all dressed up like they pulled up the casino with all the drip.
Yeah,
it was like all their kids after hearing the news. It's like
I mean, low-key though, like what else did you do? It's like I feel like you just inherited a whole bunch of money. You're like you're sure you're mad or maybe a little depressed that your dad died, but at the end of the day you came into a bag.
Billions. Assuming you're in the will.
Yeah, which and if most of them are single kids, they are.
I'm trying to think because
I guess there's the mother to worry about in this sense.
Also like other family too, because it could be like a family
extended
affair.
Family.
I'd be
siblings.
pissed if I find out that he gave it to like the uncle. I'm like, really? The Uncle Joe over me?
Nah, we gotta fight.
I'm about to box Uncle Joe in the cage fight. Oh, you guys see the Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk?
I saw that, yeah.
They're trying to set up a cage fight.
No, I didn't see that.
I think I said it to you on TikTok, but
Dana White was because Elon Musk made people say it was a joke, but he was like, yeah, I would fight Mark Zuckerberg in a cage fight. I feel like that'd be fun.
Facebook v Twitter.
Yeah.
Facebook v Twitter.
And then he just kept talking about it for a couple of days or whatnot. And then Dana White was like, I reached out to Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg. They're dead serious about
down.
this. Yeah. They're actually down. He's like, I'm going to try and figure out how we can set this up.
What's crazy, is it like an MMA fight?
They just said cage fight. So people are debating between boxing fight or MMA.
Okay, because Mark Zuckerberg's been training jiu-jitsu for like 3 years or something.
Yeah, I saw that.
He's actually like good at jiu-jitsu.
Apparently, Mark Zuckerberg has a couple of feats under his belt. I forgot what he's done, but he's done a couple.
Well, no, I've seen plenty of videos of like high world-class jiu-jitsu fighters.
Mm-hmm.
Like reacting to like his videos of him do jiu-jitsu, and they're like he has like perfect form in jiu-jitsu. Like all his stuff is like immaculate, probably because of like the Asperger's or whatever. But like he has immaculate form with all his stuff, and I think he's not quite a black belt, but he's like pretty far up there.
Like a brown belt,
something like that. It's not brown, but yeah.
I don't know.
Whatever. I think it's.
And they're
blue.
both they can both afford top tier trainers.
Oh yeah, for
they
sure.
They can afford any trainer they want. Like who would they want? Like John Jones. Like he can go out and get John Jones and be like train me in
Joe Rogan.
They want Joe Rogan as like it's like rumored, but people want him as like the commentator.
Yeah, I mean he is like
definitely will be.
He has
no
to
way
be.
he won't be. Yeah,
he's got to be.
I mean, Joe Rogan
was saying this will be like the biggest fight in history, like money wise, because it will. Yeah.
Imagine the post fight interview, and it's like both of them in Joe Rogan's studio. He's doing another podcast. Like, all right, guys, welcome back to Jerry.
Wait, look, I'm gonna look up real quick what number one was because I just saw a tweet about it. What number one was? like currently.
I know.
Currently, the number one like fight of all time, like money wise, is Floyd Mayweather vs Pacquiao.
Yeah.
1 million. Or is that a billion? I don't know. Is that a billion? Because it says 1,000 million. So
1,000 million?
Yeah.
Why do they?
I don't know why it says 1,000 million, but yeah. So it's a billion.
Okay.
That's the highest one. Second highest would be Floyd and Conor, obviously. Floyd is all of them except for one.
Makes sense.
Which is Evander and Mike Tyson.
He was his big turnouts.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean. It's gonna be insane.
Yeah.
I hope this happens. That'll be peak.
If it happens, I don't know. I'm about to fly out wherever it is. I'm about to be there. This is gonna be once in a lifetime,
dude. It will be, but those tickets are gonna be insane. I don't even think you can afford it. To be honest, these are literally some of the richest people in the world.
One of them literally is.
Yeah, they're gonna be jacking up them prices. Like, all right, you want to see us fight? Whatever. I think they said like pay-per-view is gonna be looking at like $100 or something like that, or like 1,000. I think.
But pay-per-view that'd be that much then.
Yeah,
1,000?
100 or 1,000. It was one of the two.
I'll just go to TikTok live and have someone live stream.
I mean, it's easy, especially in the day of piracy. Like, I'm sure you'll find it. There's no way it won't be out there. And if not, just wait. Like one more night, you'll see some clips or something like on Twitter, TikTok, whatever, YouTube. People are gonna be reacting to it. It's gonna be pretty much. It's always like fights are always free game the night after.
Yeah.
Because then they stop caring. Like, the fight's already over. But it's so like the night of, then they're like, take him down. Copyright.
Like the night of, Twitter's going crazy.
Yeah.
Everyone's watching it. I'm like, I want to be there in a moment.
Well, that's the thing is like I feel like if you just have like you just got that one rich friend who buys it, you're set. Like you got your guy, you got your rich friend. You got Rick Martin or whatever.
Rick. Yeah, he'd probably buy that actually. That'd be a fight that he would buy.
And you just show up to his crib. And
that's what it does. I'm like, all right.
No, I'm gonna go to like the group chat. I'm gonna put on the video call. But hey guys, come on. Look at this. It's shit quality.
Because what my dad always does, because my dad also has a rich friend. He's like every time there's a fight on pay-per-view, he Facebook Lives it, and like it's like a private Facebook Live though with like the close friends, so like it won't get taken down. He's like, I'm like, low-key, I should just go over and watch over there. Because that's how we watched Floyd versus Pacquiao and Floyd versus Conor. So I was like, oh man, I might just do that. If that's the case, I mean. I'm sure you can find it on some piracy sites. I'm sure there's plenty. Like, there's no way they can take care of everything. No. They'll try, but it's impossible.
It's impossible. Especially with a fight this big, everyone and their moms that'd be like, I gotta see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. These whoever is in charge of like taking down those streams, they're gonna be working overtime for this. Like, take it down. This is a Tony Stark meme, just like like keyword block anything. Like it'll go crazy, but. I really hope this fight goes down. I think it'll be hilarious to happen. It's just it'll just solidify the fact that our generation just has like the funniest moments happening.
I know 2023 is like kind of heat right now. Like it's doing a lot.
What time are you gonna see stuff like this where just billionaires just like let's just fight, let's just do it? Like that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen in any other generation. Only our generation has stuff like this happen. It's like let's just fight. Yeah. Like our rich people are more funny than the rich people were back then. Like we got Elon Musk out here doing stuff like this. The whole Kanye stuff he had. He's always doing some crazy stuff. The billionaires back then were boring. Like what's the guy who did oil? Rockefeller? He just like owned oil.
They did have Trump with The Apprentice though. That was pretty entertaining.
I don't know. I feel like
Trump is our generation. I would say.
No, but The Apprentice though was like late 90s.
Counts. I'll take it. I'll take it.
We're alive is our generation.
I'm thinking like our generation is like my dad was like born in like 70s, anything like 80s back. That's your generation. Our generation 90s forward.
I feel like
so what about the people that are like the next generation?
Next generation, they get like 2020s and beyond.
2020s. So all stuff now
we still extend.
We still extend.
We still haven't reached our peak.
So what about millennials? What did they get?
Millennials, that's us. We share.
Yeah, we're not.
We're sharing. So it's like millennials or something.
Yeah, we're sharing. Like zillennials, we're sharing.
Zillennials. Okay, I got you. Because I was like, you're cutting out
just
a bunch
like
of people.
The boomers are sharing with whatever the generation is that our parents are.
Our parents, the Gen X.
Yeah, so Gen X and boomers are sharing too.
Oh, you're talking about like the silent generation.
Yeah. Like all those generations just share. We get to have like our little like 40-year peak. They have their 40 years.
Yeah.
True.
I got my dad to start watching anime. That's fun. We watched.
You already talked about this like multiple times.
Yeah.
No, like
Cyberpunk.
Yeah, but like watching like Cowboy Bebop, Vinland Saga.
Oh yeah, Cowboy Bebop. I feel like you said that already.
Well, yeah, but we talked about off podcast.
Off the podcast.
I asked him. I was like, Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, and then we're watching Vinland Saga right now. We're going through that. Pretty fun. He loves Torko. I'm like, that's my boy.
Wait, you already finished Cowboy Bebop?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's only 26 episodes.
Is it? I thought it was long. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. 26.
I remember it being longer.
Nope. It's 26 episodes.
Maybe just slow. It is pretty slow.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to get into here, I just didn't want to get into it first because I feel like it'd be relatively short here. We got the finals to talk about.
For JMT?
Yep, JMT. Not JMT. What am I? I'm on the wrong one.
I'm on the
wrong one.
I was like,
we already talked about the JMT final. Well, we didn't talk about it, but they already happened.
There, yeah. The finals.
Multiversus is the finals.
I thought I forgot we did this. I'm not gonna lie. It's been so long. I was like, yeah, this is something we do.
Yeah, we never talked about the finals here, but here we are. It's been a while, and like we said a while ago, we originally thought this would end in May. Obviously, it didn't happen. It obviously ended a lot later than we thought.
Yeah.
We're looking at July here, so yeah, some things didn't go as planned, but here we are. We concluded it.
Look at us.
At least we did it. So.
Look at us.
This is really cool though. I've had so much fun with this Multiversus tournament. I've had a lot of enjoyment down the way, seeing the conversations we've had. I've loved that I added the why response box and people started giving us reasons why. That makes it so much more enjoyable.
True.
Stuff like that. So I'm so glad you guys participated and all that. I'm glad you guys didn't fall off of it and just stop caring.
Yeah, it's about time we put this to rest. See how it ends.
Yes, we have 39 responses here, and obviously we know the matchup. Jowp x Gabe, Jowp x Eduardo, the rematch of the century. Everyone's wanting us to run it back. They ran it back. And let's see what everyone says. Off rip, do we have any thoughts coming into it? Also, we've also had the prediction episode come out. Then you guys want to talk anything about that? Because I don't think we talked about that.
Bracket got smashed. That's all I know.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We were like keeping track of points too. We gotta like see who won. But I think just solely because I have Jowp x Gabe in the finals, I think I might have won.
You might have
solely
won.
because of that fact.
See, I want to see someone that was like the fucking 150,000 to 1 Jowp x Eduardo couldn't that because of like the developments that he had. Like the bet, like because I feel like Jowp x Eduardo was a pretty severe underdog in this tournament.
Oh, Eduardo, yeah,
Jowp x Eduardo,
so.
I want to see the person that's like I called it day one.
And then there was just that one guy who pointed out I don't know if it was one guy because they all thought. I think it was more about the fact that he kept going further, so people kept looking back at the episode to see what he had, and I think it probably played into the fact that we're like people wanted Jowp x Eduardo to win, especially when he got up against Batman. They're like, maybe people were on our side here that we're tired of Batman winning. Let's go look at the Jowp x episode and see what he had.
It was so strange because it was as if it happened all at once. They all came to the same conclusion at the same time.
Yeah. Who was he fighting? He was fighting Gojo.
He was fighting Gojo.
Yeah, I think it was an insurmountable foe, and they were like, we're doing the research and we're making him surmount this foe. We're making it happen.
He did.
Yeah.
It would have been so cool if you had like some type of fake website so that people had like fake money and started like betting on like who they thought.
Looking at the prop bets, I think Jowp x Eduardo would have easily been an underdog. There's no way. He's like even in the prediction episode, we were like, yeah, he's just like Jowp x Eduardo. He's all right, but he's getting bounced in like I think we all had him getting bounced in like 2 or 1.
Mine went to the semi 4.
No way, he didn't. You had Genyu. You had Genyu in the 4. I remember that, and Genyu would have faced him round 2, I think. So yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Because I remember it was like I had a matchup between me and him. And now like 2 gets to the final 4. I thought I might be wrong.
No, your matchup between you and him was Rogue versus him, and you had Rogue winning that, and then you had Genyu beating Rogue.
Yeah, no, we had Disease God and Blood God. Oh wait, sorry. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I got that mixed up. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't predict it coming through that far.
He's obviously the big underdog. Gambit Eduardo had his little underdog run as well.
He did.
We did downplay Gambit there. I think we pretty much all had him losing round 1, I think.
Yeah.
Because versus Spider-Man. Spider-Man beats him easy. Like, no clap.
I still believe that, but it was
I still believe it.
Yeah, it's the Spider-Man diff. Whatever.
I don't know. I haven't fully read the X-Men comics yet, so who knows.
They're like, yeah, Gambit, there's one issue, Omega level.
I mean, he is Omega level, but...
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the whole thing.
They also, I think, it just depends. I think Spider-Man just has like some wacky scaling, so a lot of times people want to give him the downside, like how Devin did in the prediction episodes. Like he's been tagged by lesser people, yes, but you have to take into back context. On the higher end, Spider-Man should probably beat Gambit.
Well, he definitely should.
But yeah, what else was there upsets? I mean, Batman. We didn't predict the Batman. Maybe Batman would have still been a higher Bamling. He probably wouldn't have been that much of an underdog because he's still Batman.
I know we have Batman dick riders in our comment section, but
then again, though, like Batman against Professor X Gabe, though, for real, are we really thinking like, was it really that believable that like Professor X is losing to Batman? Like, like to us, if in this situation we were making the odds, we would have been like, no shot. He's obviously the huge underdog here, and people would have been making bank off of us.
They were like, that would have been like a 5,000 to 1. Like, there's no shot he's beating him.
Yeah, or like, what's like the worst one? I guess like Gojo versus Eduardo. I think genuinely would have been like
that would have been
the
upset of like the whole bracket.
It would have been, and it was. It was. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it. Most of the other things, like on the left side of the bracket, pretty much went how we said they would go. Obviously, Jowp being the difference here, but for the most part, we all had the gods going where they went and everything. But it was mainly just the right side that everything was like different over there. Like you guys had an entirely different view of that right side of the bracket than we did.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
but I kind of like that they did. You know, like it gave us more opportunity to talk about random matchups that I didn't think I was gonna see.
Yeah, we didn't think we were gonna have to talk about wife and husband like Rogan, Gambit versus each other. Yeah, stuff like that. But yeah, let's just get into it here. What are we thinking? 39 responses here.
I think Jowp Eduardo just takes it.
I think he takes it as well.
I think he takes it because he's surpassed Gojo, which is a pretty insane feat. So he has that in his repertoire. So now he's competing on probably a relatively similar plane as Jowp Gabe.
Right.
And therefore he's going to advance farther and then be able to clap back. And it's also, even though it's not been established that, like, whether you gave up in the Jowp timeline, like Jowp Gabe gave up in the timeline or what, but Eduardo did beat him.
It was established.
Was it established that you gave up?
Well, it was established I let him win.
You let him win, yeah.
Not like gave up per se, but I.
Well, it's like you let him
win.
win, so it's like, you know, they could take that into account. I think he pulls it through. I think Jowp Eduardo pulls it through.
Yeah, true. I mean, like you could say like, yeah, even though Gabe let him win, you can also apply like, okay, Eduardo at least is capable of harming Gabe. Because like if he wasn't at all capable of doing that, then it wouldn't be believable.
If he wasn't relative to him,
if I let him kill me, that's like depending on the situation. Like Goku can let a regular human kill him.
That's different though. Like you have ki. Like ki is a different. It's not that. You have ki. Ki's a different whole power system that you just don't have.
I got the Speed Force.
That's not ki. That's so
different. Makes me immune to the anti-life equation.
What? That's If you know, you know. I hate that so much. So dumb.
So I'm just saying, man. If it makes me immune to the anti-life equation, it must be immune to a lot of things. It's also
that's how that works.
Also immune to mind control. Speed Force user cannot be controlled. Like I said in the tournament episode, I didn't know if I was right. I looked it up because of the comic book draft.
Speed Force?
Yeah, it is true.
Like Barry has been mind controlled before.
Nope. Only when he's weakened. At like normal baseline, speedsters cannot be mind controlled.
Okay, so you were right.
Force,
okay,
yeah.
Didn't know that.
It's not even just like Barry. No, like speedsters and like the Speed Force protects them from it. Yeah, which the Speed Force protects them from a lot of things, which is
apparently
crazy. Yeah. So yeah, I was right in the Jowp episode when I talked about like with the Speed Force, Professor X just can't get in my mind, and he couldn't. So just letting myself know, past Gabe, you were right, even though you were talking out of your ass. You were still right.
Yeah, you were right. So now I'm like, all right, Jowp Gabe being that, okay, and you beating Martian Manhunter, I'm like, all right, maybe I'll give you that.
Right.
Now maybe I'm not as mad at those matchups as I thought I was.
But let's just get into it here. There's, I'm hoping there's gonna be a lot of responses here we can read as well. But let's just see what we got. Relatively close, but Jowp Gabe does pull out the dub. He back-to-backs Eduardo, says he's not getting another dub here. This was relatively close. We're looking at 46 to 53, 21 in Gabe's favor, 18 in Eduardo. Only 3-vote loss here.
Damn. All right, let's get into this.
Did you guys vote here?
I did not.
No, I didn't know when the finals. About it. Well, that's the thing. I didn't see anything about it, so.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, I want to say that's actually more responses than we had in the last one. I don't remember having 39. I feel like it was like in the 20s.
I don't remember. I feel like we had a lot at the beginning and it kind of dwindled down.
No, there's no way we weren't pulling 40.
No, I meant like there was like 30s and then it would like dwindle down to 20s.
Like 20s,
yeah. And then it went back
finals,
up,
everyone was like, all right, we're all going to show out.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I think I can agree. Like maybe some people were like in the middle, were like, my picks didn't win, so I don't care to vote anymore. But now it's the finals, like everyone wants to vote because it's the finals. Like who doesn't want to vote for the finals?
It does look like the finals are like It's kind of hype.
Yeah, it's the Jowp people. It's not like it's like a boring Superman versus Martian Man,
it's a hype.
which what Devin had in the final. Like that was the final. Like,
I was bored. I was like, yeah, this is a boring matchup, but
yeah, I can understand people like, who cares to vote? But this is like our own creations here, our own variants going to the finals. So you kind of want to show out here, especially with all the lore that's been added to it, adding to the Jowp timeline. But like, oh, actually, if you really look into what Gabe said, Eduardo can do this, and like Gabe can do this based on like hypotheticals here. But we have 20 responses here, so that's pretty good. A lot of them to get into.
I want to hear it.
All right. First response says, Jowp Eduardo has fought way too hard to get this far just to lose to his abuser. I mean, that's a way to word it. Away with this. That's a way to word it, for sure. I can't say I would disagree. You could probably, it's pretty accurate to say I was his abuser in this timeline. So. All right, next one says, okay, a little bit longer one. In canon, the author of Jowp, Gabe in parentheses, said this fight in the manga, all right, was akin to the Itachi v Sasuke fight. In this tournament, Gabe has no reason to let Eduardo win now. He's already achieved his goal of making Eduardo the main character. So I'm assuming you're saying that Gabe would just win, yeah. Okay, I mean that's reasonable to say. That's why that's the reason I would go with too. For if I were to vote for Jowp Gabe, it seems reasonable. He let him win in the last one because he wanted to be the main character. He's already the main character. Why would I let him win again? Doesn't do anything for him.
True, but I think the Itachi Sasuke one's a little extreme. I think it's more comparable to Aizen.
I would say Aizen and Ichigo. That makes more sense.
Whereas like, Sasuke has no chance.
He's saying in the canon, I said that, so I guess I said that.
You did say that, but like I feel like it's more akin
to.
Yeah, probably.
Whereas like Sasuke had no chance of being Itachi. At least you can like make an argument for Ichigo.
I mean, to be fair, no.
If I'm making that,
Ichigo had no chance. He had no business beating Aizen at that state.
And then again, if I make the statement, you just gotta accept.
Yeah, now he
had no chance of beating him.
Well, it's like
you have to accept that.
There's like a book that Kishimoto. It was like an illustration book, and in the back he like talked about characters. Like there's like a Q&A, and he said like there's no way that anyone. The reason why there's no like guns in Naruto.
Yeah, that was made in part one of Naruto though.
Yeah,
that was like way before Pain had missiles. Because if you look at the whole statement, he said there will never be projectiles in my series, and then he gave Pain missiles. And then that was like early part when he made that book.
Yeah, Naruto they were doing wrestling shurikens. Yeah. Like what do we do?
Well, he said those didn't count. Well, I guess
no.
He said ninja tools. He said
ninja tools count, and I would assume things that make
wrestling shuriken is that ninja tool.
No, but it's like that's made from chakra, so that's fine. But it's like
an actual projectiles.
Like,
okay,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. All right, next one though, a little bit longer one here. The true underdog story must be seen through. Going off what everyone said last time, this version of Eduardo now has some new ability that he's used to counter Infinity or Gojo's domain expansion. Then this new ability has got to be something OP. I could see maybe a Hack's negation ability, or maybe something that moves at infinite speed. The only things to counter Infinity. And to counter Gojo's domain expansion, he might have just gotten a stronger domain expansion than Gojo. I mean, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's probably the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, that's if Gojo was able to get it off.
Yeah, which
I would assume he would.
Yeah, I would assume he can, unless Eduardo instantly infinite speed. Yeah. So it's pretty accurate to assume that.
Whoever new ability Eduardo gained, it had to be Gabe. Plus, like the rage jump, I don't know.
I don't know.
He's bloodlusted.
Yeah.
There's no reason he's berserk.
Yep. Next one. Oh, this one.
My God.
All right. After seeing everyone else pull head counting out of their ass for Eduardo, I'm gonna do the same for Gabe. Based on the actions we see Jowp Gabe doing in the story, he seems like an insecure type who needs to be in control of everything he possibly can. Let me provide reasoning. He made sure to entrap Jose and then turn him to this side, convinced the rest of Jowp that he did nothing wrong to Eduardo, used Eduardo as a test subject for his experiments that we can assume he gave to himself so that he could become more powerful. Even when his plan required Eduardo to kill him, he wasn't satisfied with dying, so he had some backup failsafe. Wasn't really elaborated on what it was, in parentheses, where he was incubating some tube underground. It's true. So believing he always needs to be in control is a big reason why I believe all his experiments he did on Eduardo was made by him so he could give himself an abundance of powers to ensure he was the strongest force in this world. I like the reasoning. I love it when you guys expand on thought. You actually do your research here, and that's what it looks like here. Pulling out stuff I don't remember from the episode, obviously. True. None of us do remember. That was like a year and a half ago at this point.
Yeah. I mean, I like the reasoning, but like I was like, there's no way. Like as in, like I get it, you're insecure and like you make yourself as unbeatable as you can, but there's no way to like prepare for like someone like Eduardo? Just
that I created. There's no way to prepare something I created.
Yeah, but when you have a being that can make up new abilities, and you have no clue what the new abilities he gains are, like how do you prepare for that?
Who knows?
It's like, how do you prepare for Darwin? You kind of don't.
Yeah, you seal him.
Yeah, you just like
throw him in the Speed Force.
Yeah, throw him in the Speed Force. Yeah, whatever. I hate that, bro. Can't stand him, dog.
All right, next one. In the original timeline, Jowp's Gabe may have been stronger than Eduardo, but this Jowp's Eduardo is more battle tested and even more bloodthirsty version. I think Eduardo used this tournament as his shonen protagonist training arc and has now overcome the power difference between him and Gabe.
It's his tournament
That's basically what he said. Yeah,
it
was Eduardo's tournament arc.
It was his tournament arc.
But no, the MC does not always win the tournament arc.
True.
They actually very often don't win it.
Yeah.
So it's not a very good argument for you to use there. It doesn't help it doesn't support your argument necessarily. Next one, it's this guy again, and this one's pretty long. All right, Jowp's Gabe with the extremely high diff. Everyone might not agree with this statement, but I truly believe that after taking in all the information that was given to me from the Jowp's episode and these tournament episodes, Jowp's Eduardo and Jowp's Gabe are damn near equal in power, and maybe a slight edge going in either one's favor depending on the situation. But where they are not equal is in the mind. Two major categories: intelligence and speed. Oh, no. He said two places that are not equal in my mind are in two major categories: intelligence and speed. But given the fact that Eduardo had to have gotten past infinity somehow, there's a possibility speed might not go to Gabe. But since that is only a maybe, I won't rely on it too much. But IQ does matter a lot, especially in this fight when two people are essentially equal in power. Gabe would be able to actually strategize and plan out an effective strategy to fighting Eduardo in the best way, whereas Eduardo is going to be bloodlusted and just going in ballistic swinging. Unless you are considerably stronger than your opponent or have a counter, like he did with Gojo in parentheses, I don't see a situation where you win against someone who's strategizing and planning in while you're just swinging.
Yeah. I have no
complaints. All right. Glad to see the extremely high diff guys back.
True.
Next one. This is the point in the anime where Eduardo realizes he was never actually stronger than Gabe, and he now needs to surpass the limits to go beyond what he once was to reach a higher level. This is when Eduardo will unlock his next transformation that he calls Jedward. In this new form, he would ascend to a level that could finally allow him to overpower and beat Jowp's Gabe for real and for good this time.
Jowp's Jedward.
I love to unlock the new form.
Yeah, he's a Jedward. It brought me back to like 2018. I was like, oh, brother.
Just imagine him transforming. He's like, I call this form Jedward.
Well, I can imagine like.
Actually, does his new forms like
that's it. That's his infinite speed feat. He's like
Jedward. That's how he counted infinity with Jedward.
I think it made it have like Jedward. I used to imagine like a world like you think, oh, I'm going to this fight. I beat him once. I'm gonna beat him again.
Yeah.
And like Gabe like uses like a fraction of the like power, and World just realizes like he has no chance of beating Gabe. So he's like they're broken. Like I can't win. I can't do it.
And then just his theme song starts playing. It's just Jedward unlocked.
See, like
that's funny. I like this guy. I like that.
Comment who you are so we can see you. Put your name out there.
I'm gonna shake your head.
You deserve it. I will upvote your comment.
Next one. Jowp's Gabe knows everything about Jowp's Eduardo, whereas Eduardo only knows whatever Gabe allowed him to know. Eduardo is getting into something he has no idea what to deal with.
I would say yes and no. I'd say he knows everything about Eduardo pre-tournament, but you can't say that he knows everything that's happened now, especially after that Gojo fight, which is a big crux of the Eduardo argument. How could he have known what adaptation it was? Especially because when you're dealing with concepts like infinity, it probably was a long build-up, and from their perspective, it'd take a long time to fight, but it could have been over in like a nanosecond, like instantly over Eduardo won. And unless Gabe would like be able to actually watch it fully through.
Maybe that's the assumption, is that everyone's watching all the fights somehow, like in some like parallel.
But even then, who's to say like the camera? I guess you'd have to be like a
if
glass,
it's like literally,
and you're just watching it.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, we're assuming some omnipotent being set up this thing.
Yeah.
He can make some way to we can keep up with everything they're doing.
Yeah. Well, keep up relative to yourself. Though,
Yeah, exactly.
I feel. Yeah.
So
So it's like as if you're watching it from
in
the
your real
floor.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In your perspective of real time.
Yeah. Next one. This is just a simple one. The main character can't lose to the antagonist and the finale.
Looks like he did.
Looks like he did. That's what it looks like.
Looks like he did.
You look like you did.
In general, I can't really think of a time where that does happen, where the main character loses to the antagonist, except for like Death Note, I guess, because L is the antagonist. Well, actually, no, because L's gone.
He lost
spoilers,
him,
I guess.
yeah.
But he still lost to an antagonist.
Yeah, an
Yeah,
antagonist.
that's not
so.
the main antagonist.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess Death Note's like the only one I can think of.
I can't think of anything.
Yeah. So it's possible. There's at least one I can think of. Next one. Gabe gonna be about Gabe gonna be about to land the killing blow to Eduardo, and then all of a sudden he's gonna start hearing a faint sound in the back, slowly starting to pick up. Eduardo will look up with fire in his eyes, and this will be the moment when Gabe realized that the sound he was hearing was Eduardo's theme song, and Eduardo will land a flurry of attacks on Gabe. And with this second wind, he will wrap up this fight in true MC fashion.
Eduardo's like, and I wonder if you know what it means.
I like mixing that with the Jedward transmission voice. So like that's what happens.
And I'm back on my grind.
I love it here. Next one. Oh, this is actually what you guys said. Aizen versus Ichigo, except this version of Aizen doesn't want to lose. Yeah. That's what you said, right?
Yes and no, because it's a more apt comparison than Sasuke versus Itachi. However, it's kind of like a direct comparison for the two. But yes, I'd agree. It's pretty apt. It's probably the most anime fight compared to this fight that I can think of off the top of the dome.
Next one. This is the last one. No, we have a couple more. I don't think Gabe did all this work and experiments on Eduardo just to not do anything with him. Jowp's Gabe had Eduardo for 15 years. The amount of abilities he could have created in that timetable is massive. He probably has every power Gabe has ever heard of before Jowp's Gabe gotta edge this out. I guess just what everyone's been assuming anyways.
Yeah,
so,
I guess
nothing new here.
Could he maybe? Yeah, then he probably does.
Yeah, just hearing all these sponsors remind me, because I was looking it up. It reminds me of like the Lich speech, like what the Lich did to like Finn. He's like you're a strong child, but I am beyond strength. Like,
next one, relatively long one. Jowp's Eduardo has that never quit fighting until he can't fight anymore attitude. I don't think Gabe has that same mentality. And I think that's just because he's never had to. Eduardo's had to fight tooth and nail in almost all of his fights, especially against Gojo, whereas Jowp's Gabe has all of these hacks and abilities at his disposal, making his fights non-challenging. Jowp's Gabe hasn't faced any adversity the way Eduardo has, and this fight's going to be a long drawn-out fight where the winner is going to be whoever wants it more. Jowp's Eduardo just has more experience fighting up, so I see him coming out on top.
I love you say like you have like never been challenged, but then you see like, the people you fought. It's just
that's what I'm saying. Like, if you look at it, I fought harder people than he has fought.
Yeah, but
I think the point is that because he says because of my hacks and abilities, they haven't been challenged.
I just find it funny.
Professor X Speed Force, I'm immune to it. What else did Professor X do? His weak ass telekinesis ain't doing anything to me.
Well, it's like because like Eduardo, he's had to fight tooth and nail in order to get stronger, in order to win. Whereas you could just kind of go along. You just kind of you don't have to fight that.
See,
that
he's
hard
been improving, whereas I've just
brawl
been
fight. Because you're maintaining, whereas
staying at a
he's
constant.
improving.
Yeah.
You're
And even then,
maintaining
I feel like that's a disingenuous argument. He only fought Tooth and Nail one time, bro. Was he really fighting Tooth and Nail against Batman? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. He might have
really
think.
Hey, he might have been.
I really don't think that fight was a Tooth and Nail fight.
Batman got that dog in him.
Honestly. Because like the way that they're hyping up Batman in this fight, it's like prime Batman. I don't know what like the best version of Batman is, but it's prime Batman. It's comp prime Batman.
I don't know, man. That just seems like a little disingenuous to only. He's only had, and to my knowledge, he's only had one fight that was really tough. Because I don't even. Because I feel like he just fought normal humans. Because he didn't have to fight. He didn't have to fight Superman. No, Boy Meets World was on the other side. He didn't have to fight Superman. He didn't have to fight Doctor Strange. I had to fight Martian Manhunter. I had to fight Professor X, and then Batman as well. So even if you say Batman was hard for him, I also had to fight Batman.
But it's a different Batman.
Did he fight?
I guess that was the one that beat Professor X though.
Right.
Did he fight any of the gods?
Oh yeah, I didn't verse Professor X actually.
No,
Batman did.
Yeah, because he beat the. That's why we were like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But then again, that was Batman Gabe. But then the Batman Devin, like, didn't they say he beat Ginyu or something, which is like an insane feat.
Yeah.
And then Eduardo beat.
I don't know.
Eduardo beat Batman with presumably Ginyu's body. So
You did do that, I guess.
that was a toughie.
All right. Next one, short and simple. Gabe isn't gonna let Eduardo win again. I mean, that seems to be the case. Next one, Eduardo just wants it more. He did, but it didn't matter, I guess.
Nope. You are beyond.
All right.
Oh my God.
Next
They
one.
said this? That's dumb.
He says I felt like. I guess he's gonna say. I think he meant to say he feels or felt maybe.
Feel.
I
feel
I'm just gonna say what he said. I felt like Jowp Gabe is a guy who prefers to settle things with his gadgets or powers, and doesn't like getting his hands dirty. But Jowp Eduardo's a scrapper, and he's gonna get in Gabe's face and make this a gritty fight, and Gabe won't like that. Gabe won't like and take him out of his element. Once he's out of his element, that's where Eduardo gets into his. And with home field advantage, Eduardo's gonna win this 9 times out of 10. This was the one, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next one. Everyone knows about Jowp Eduardo's bloodlust for Gabe, but no one is considering the fact that even though Gabe let Eduardo beat him. Okay, but no one is considering the fact that even though Gabe let Eduardo beat him, that he might be irritated by the fact that he lost to this Eduardo once already. There's no way Jowp Gabe lets himself lose twice to someone he would just view as inferior to him.
I agree to the second half of that. I don't agree to the fact that he'd be irritated for losing the first time because he wanted to lose the first time.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like you wouldn't be irritated over the fact that you wanted to do something.
Like you accomplished your goal.
But I agree with the fact that it's like I'm not gonna genuinely lose to someone that I view as inferior.
Yeah.
I do agree with that aspect of it.
I would agree too. I think the first half kind of just contradicts the second half. Anyway.
Yeah.
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 All right. Wait, still more responses. All right. All my logic and instincts are telling me this is a Jowp Gabe win, but my heart tells me that Eduardo still has some tricks up his sleeve and is yet to pull them out and review it all in this final bout with Gabe. So I'm gonna follow my heart here.
You know what it is? It's the dog inside of you resonating with the dog inside Jowp Eduardo.
I love.
Like, oh, look at that dog, you know.
I love how they word it. As if we're about to like go down, like watch this fight happen. As if we have like a simulation machine. Like, all right, do it. And you see Eduardo,
everyone, like there's like the Eduardo fans are like, let's go, Eduardo.
Eduardo like busts out some new ability we've never seen before.
Yo, that's genuine.
Oh my God,
he's doing the Jet Walk.
You see, Gabe's running like full speed FTL, running with the Speed Force, and then Eduardo's like too slow. And Gabe's like, it's like, where'd he go? And Eduardo's like, behind with a punch. You're like,
I want to see this fight, bro. I want to see this fight, man. Everyone in here talking about this makes this fight sound so interesting. Yeah. Even though they haven't said anything about the fight specifically, it just makes me think the fight will be interesting.
We need animators.
Yeah. All right, next one. I envision this tournament is being held in some sort of stadium where millions of other Jowp variants across the multiverse are watching. And seeing as Devin has established himself as a Gabe hater and Tyler likes the underdog story, I believe Jowp Eduardo would have won the crowd over, with the crowd cheering his name and egging him on. He's just gonna power through the nemesis and come out victorious. I like that concept of like the multiverse. It's like the king.
I love the king.
Yeah.
Like,
like they're all like cheering. Like, go. Yeah, you obviously know the Eduardo variants are obviously going to vote for Eduardo for the most part. They're going to be like, let's go, Eduardo, be like our champion. And Devin is established Gabe hater, but who's to say all Devins are like that though? Like, that's weird. And who's to say all Tyler's like the underdog story? What if some Tyler's like, nah, underdogs are boring. I want the top dog, the top G to win. It's kind of a bold assumption to assume that Tyler and Gabe and Devin that you guys know are just going to be like the same across
they're ubiquitous with each other.
Yeah. But I like the concept.
The thoughts,
pretty fun. Yeah. Next one. Is this the last one? The last one. Jowp Eduardo has a good storyline going for him, but I don't see a way where he gets to the powerhouse that Jowp Gabe is hyped up to be. And that's what it looked like happened.
Yeah. Just couldn't pull it through.
Could not pull it through.
He had the fight, but not the strength.
No. But man, this fight sounds and feels like it would be such a good fight to watch. I wish we just had like full table on like the back pocket. I could just hit him up and just be like, yo, you want to animate this? Or just use scale. Like, you want to just draw this real quick? Like, that'd be kind of like cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
In your free time, you just want to like draw this fight.
Yeah.
Hey, just draw Jedward's transformation real quick.
What is it?
Like all buff.
He would make it drippy, bro. Like after Yusuke making that transfer, it would look so clean, bro.
I just picture wrong wall like
Yo,
something
you know
a kid's
what?
like the Gon transformation. Just
Yeah, he's like, that's exactly what I was imagining too.
Yo, what if Jedward is actually the amalgamation of the omniverse of Jedwards fused into one?
How do you do that?
That's his evolution. That
was his evolution. Finding like Gojo, he had to like absorb all the other.
Because he's not Jowp Water anymore. He's Jedward. He's just the amalgamation of every omniverse
like the focal
Jedward. He is
He's the
center
singularity.
point. He's the singularity that all
anomaly. You got like Miguel Gabe coming out like, no, stop it. Funny to think that there is probably a universe where there's a Miguel Gabe out there trying to stop the anomaly of Wardo.
Yeah, you could try.
Nah, he don't stand a chance. If, like, as some of these people believe, Jopek's Gabe doesn't have a chance, then Miguel definitely don't stand a chance.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be crazy? Like, if we just, like, if Eduardo's power wasn't, like, he adapts to any situation, like, he does adapt, but, like, the powers he's drawing for him is, like, powers that are from, like, other multiverses. So he's just, like, drawing powers.
Like,
so he thinks he's adapting.
Yeah, like, it's like every all over once.
Yeah, but he just, like, like, there's a version of Eduardo who can do this thing, so he just took it. And that would actually be, I like that idea of his power way better than just, like, a Darwin adaptability. That seems more cool. Where it's just like he's like drawing from the universe. So like when he first got the chakra ability, he was just grabbing from like the Naruto Eduardo that we've already established. Probably not on the podcast, but it's always been a thing Eduardo always wants to be is Naruto Eduardo.
Yeah, I don't know why.
So it's like the very first variant. It's like a shout out to the very first Eduardo variant. That was the first power he took.
It's like a foreshadowing. Like if this was a manga, it was like we foreshadowing.
Yeah, we foreshadowed because like the very beginning of Jump was like Eduardo was like, dude, I would just love Naruto powers or something. It's like that's like the very first chapter, and then you get to like this chapter where he like adapts the power. Everyone's like, dude, you see the dots are connected. This from chapter 1.
So you see people like speculating, like, oh my god, I think a world ability.
Yeah, and then people are like, no, he's just adapting because Gabe was surveilling him, so he had to adapt. And it's like there's like debates about it. Yeah, that'd be pretty fun.
Yeah, he sees like all possible timelines. Yeah, because I was thinking like when you were explaining that, it kind of feels like it would be like a. I'm pretty sure it was like a either Justice League or Batman movie, like an animated movie, where it's like it has to do with like Prime Earth and like all the decisions.
Crisis on Two Earths.
Yeah, is that the one where it's like
every Owlman?
Yeah, Owlman.
Well, no, it's like every decision that you make, there's a yes and no, and it could split two timelines.
That's the Owlman one.
So that's exactly what happens with Eduardo, and it's just him like reacting. Like he's like the prime timeline, and he's just reaching out to all the branches that what he could have been.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's an insane power.
I love that.
That is insane. Would you say that's better than the adapting, or do you think?
Because he keeps it. Because I feel like adapting, he doesn't keep it. He just
I feel like
because Darwin doesn't keep it.
It just happens for the situation, but like this one, like he is taking that ability.
But then again, though,
I feel like
because Eduardo was maintained his powers for the whole 15-year torture arc. That's 15 years of Darwin would not keep his power that long because he still used his Shadow Clone ability all the way at the end of the fight, meaning he kept it since the beginning to the end of Jopek's timeline. Which we know is at least 15 years at the bare minimum.
That's what I'm saying, like he would keep his power. Like,
yeah, but I feel like
but like if it's an adaptation, it's just a better version. Like it's an adaptation that's permanent, not a temporary.
It's a permanent boost.
Yeah, I feel like adaptabilities is more better like defensively. Like it's more like a reactionary thing. No, Eduardo himself, like
I would say yes, but like Eduardo doesn't consciously do this. It's just like he seeks out a way to win. It's like I need to win this, and then he does because he has a point of him where he can just win it.
Right.
He adapts to that.
I kind of agree with Devin. I think adapting is probably better, but I think it's cooler the grabbing from other universes because it gives Eduardo more depth. It's more like he's actively looking for it or even subconsciously looking for it versus his body just doing what is natural to happen.
Imagine
to make him
like
win the fight.
imagine like the last punch. It's like a all for one. Like all for one, and like you see like all the different timelines of Eduardo, like all the powers he's gotten. It's like lending him energy. It's like
they're all like
crazy.
the
infinite timelines.
It's like the variants of Eduardo that people know about, like
it's
behind them.
It's like the Phantom, like it's like the final response.
Yeah, exactly. Like what's another version? Like my God, Eduardo's in there. Like go. Dude, that would go crazy, man. Please animate this fight, please. I want to see this fight, man.
And then realistically, all that happens, and then Gabe's like.
It's pretty like climactic. Like I value effort. Everyone does all this, and I'm still that good.
You're a strong child.
Is it established that Gabe has like a genjutsu ability?
I don't think so, but it's like nothing's established.
Okay, because like, what if like all this is happening? It's like a Tsukuyomi dream. So why are doing that?
Crazy.
You just see like Gabe like finishing a cigarette, flicks it off, and Awaru's like dead on the ground. He's having a Tsukuyomi dream.
Well, everyone loves to compare the Jowp game to Aizen, so it's like, who's to say you don't have just like an Aizen level ability? Maybe.
Yeah. He has
and obviously, he's still me, and I love Aizen. He was in my character 3v3. I love Aizen, so maybe I just gave myself that ability.
Awaru like punches the hole into Gabe. Gabe's like, what doing? There's just the end of the game over there. Like, oh my god.
I shadowbox him?
No, because that's what Itachi does.
That's my ability, shadowbox.
Have you seen all the Roblox?
I saw one. It was Venom versus Spider-Man, and he was like,
oh yeah.
He's like,
I love like the religious one. Like the guy hit him and he's going up to heaven. He jumped like a Bible verse.
Dude, I love it. I love it when it's just like left, right, and it's like amen.
I saw one where it was like Shaq and LeBron, and he was like say hi to Kobe for me.
You can't do that.
I love the one where the guy's like, he's like the black guy like on his Roblox models. So it's like.
I
like the tag team ones too.
Oh yeah.
Bitch, get out of here.
But I can't remember who said this. I think I don't know if it was either in the response, the subreddit, or the comment section. It was one of the three where I remember someone saying we should expand upon the Jowp and make it a story. I would be interested in doing it. It's just about like, I don't think I have the talent for it. I'll try at some point maybe, but I mean, I wish I could have someone who's actually like a good writer help me, like a mangaka. Like they're good writers. They can knock it out for sure.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Me, I'd have to go back. I'd have to do what you guys did. I'd have to go back and watch the Jowp episode, analyze it the way you guys did, and make sure I'm not like headcaning too much. I think I'll probably, if I were to do it, I would take the liberties we assumed from the Jowp tournament to just be true. That Gabe had all the abilities to an extent. And I think, I want to say this was Lynx's maybe, or either Jose's Feet, one of the cool ones, where they said just like actually fully establish what his abilities are. So we're not just assuming he has everything. Yeah. I mean, it's
even though they probably boil it down that he probably does have everything.
Yeah, probably. Or just anything that's relevant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting, I think.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of work, though.
Yeah.
It's a lot of compiling, recollection with everyone. Like, hey, do you remember what I said with this? Like, establishing an actual plot line, not just like 15 years past. And then...
Well, I remember thinking about this when it was first talked about. Like when he first brought it up, I was like, I could just literally incorporate the Jowp, like the Multiversus Tournament, as a canon arc in the Jowp timeline, and that would kind of work, especially with the whole like Jowp like the Jowp Illuminati assembling together, trying to stop Eduardo, and then this just leads into like the whole. Like the incubated Gabe was the Gabe that we're seeing in this tournament. Like it could lead into everything. So I was thinking about that, and I was like, I could make it work. It just comes down to like me actually going out and writing.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, and I need the skill because I want it to be good. I don't want it to be bad. Like if you think about the original DD pressure stuff, that stuff is ass. So, like
terrible,
that. Obviously, I was younger, but still, like it's like I'm not a good writer. That's not. It's gonna be average, but I think as long as it's good, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
True.
But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I had for this episode. I just wanted to make sure we didn't talk about the finals beginning. I wanted to do it like later.
I just want to talk about the sub.
Yeah, and we talked about that as well. So I mean, I think we're good here. Anything else you guys want to say?
That's all I got.
That's all
we got. Just like Chance the Rapper said. All right. So do all this stuff, like, comment, follow the subreddit, which I've actually heard that subreddit's doing this like the blackout thing, which is why I think
it's over now.
Is it over now?
I think
our subreddit?
No, like Reddit. Reddit in general.
Yeah,
I think because I think Charlie was talking about their downside was like they put like a limit on it. Like, yeah, we're not like shut down for like 4 days. So because like
what?
It was like a protest for something, right?
Yeah,
it was the users. Yeah,
the users themselves were like stupid. Like, we're gonna protest for like this amount of days. And I was like, okay, then we'll just wait out for this.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
I didn't know they set a certain amount of days. They're like, we're protesting for 4 days. And I thought it was just like
we're protesting for 96 hours exactly.
Yeah, and they're like, all right. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's over now.
Because there's still some subreddits that are still privated. Because that was a part of like subreddits were going private because like that's their protest against subreddit. They're trying to like
maybe it's back up, but that's what I remember what I saw.
Okay. Because I remember when we were doing our like after our comic book draft, I wanted to look up some stuff to try and like learn some stuff because I didn't research before the episode, so I was looking after, and a lot of the stuff I was finding was from a subreddit, but it was privated, so I couldn't click on it. And that was recently, so
it was last week,
yeah. So I don't know, but
should be good by now then. It was
hopefully because maybe that's the reason why the subreddit's been down. Like no one's been posting anything. Maybe
I don't know. They've been posting for like 4 weeks, so I think that's just like.
I feel like we haven't really done anything
more than that.
Yeah, we're doing the multiverses and stuff. Oh, actually, no, we haven't. I guess no. We're doing JMT though.
We're like nice song, nigga. Like,
yeah, I don't know. They talked about the last one, the first one,
because it was novel.
True.
Oh yeah, I guess yeah. I also didn't post the second one bracket like I did last time.
Yeah.
Thought you did because they were talking about Taylor Swift. No, you did.
That was the beginning. I didn't post the end bracket.
Oh,
like
I
posted the end bracket last time.
But anyways, do all the YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
Bye.